How you doing, good people? This is Dave Bit Animal. Alright, so I actually labored a lot over what game I wanted to talk about today. But considering the climate of the discussion in gaming right now, with how it relates to the inclusion of women and female characters and the way they're treated in games, I figured today's game selection would be a no-brainer. Today's game actually is groundbreaking, not just because of the revelation that you got at the end of the very first game. I mean, at the end of playing through this game, but also revolutionary because it was probably the biggest game Nintendo attempted to release on the console around this time. This game, if I remember correctly, came out about a year before The Legend of Zelda. Um, Unlike The Legend of Zelda, it wasn't purported as it wasn't a top-down adventure game. This one was a side-scroller. Um, this one had more of a sci-fi edge to it, and it was just a magnificent work of gaming. The game I speak of today, well, looky. It's Nintendo's Metroid. Now, Metroid featured a character named Samus Aran, a bounty hunter. Now, Samus's gender isn't revealed until you beat the game, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Samus is a bounty hunter and is sent to the planet Zebes to deal with the threat of Mother Brain and space pirates attacking that planet and taking it over. Well, you go to different regions of the planet. The game is very non-linear. You have areas that are blocked off until inaccessible until you get certain items. The first thing you pick up in the game is the bomb, which allows you to access certain areas. Then you get a freeze ray, which allows you to access certain areas, a wave beam, screw attack, missiles, and the enemies that you face off in this game are, at this point, 1986, they were some of the more imaginative enemies in gaming. You had enemies that couldn't be killed until you freeze them first, unless you freeze them first. You had enemies that, by and large, may have been too fast for you to kill on their own. They took 5 missiles to kill, and when they latched onto you, they instantly sucked the health from you. There was lava hazards and spikes and just all types of hazards in this game. And it was such a big, expansive game that when you beat Metroid for the first time and you get that ending and Samus takes off her suit and it's revealed that she's a woman, because of the way we were conditioned at that point, you never think for 1 second that this could have been a woman in this armor, in this suit that was taking on all these aliens and basically took down an army of space pirates by herself. You never thought that. And thankfully, Metroid was never left alone as a series. It constantly spawned new stories. There was always something new going on with it. Super Metroid on the SNES was probably the best game in the series, but it took the series to a whole another level. You had the Metroid games on the Game Boy, the uh, the Metroid Prime series. You had all these games in the series, and then we got to Metroid Other M because fans were clamoring for backstory on how Samus became to be. And for whatever reason, people were upset with the backstory and whatever. But that's neither here nor there. Metroid, as a standalone NES title, is probably one of the, if it's not considered one of the 10 best games on the console, and probably one of the top 50 games ever, G4. It should be probably in a lot of people's top 50, with Super Metroid being on that list as well. But Metroid is an awesome game, great addition to anyone's NES library. If you've never played this game, I heartily recommend that you do because it's fantastic. This is the 8-Bit Animal, and I will catch you good people tomorrow.